Hello, my dears, it's Katie, and I'm here today to do another one of my A Sea of Chaos tag editions. Today's theme is going to be all about the YouTube/Booktube community, and I'm really excited to jump into these because I have a lot to say, and I've been wanting to do these for a while, but just haven't gotten around to it. So the first tag that I'll be doing today is the Booktube Diversity Tag, which is created by Rachael Marie from Rachael Marie's Book Journey. Then the second tag that I'm going to be doing is the Booktube Real Talk tag that has been going around like wildfire most of this year. And that was created by Books with Alyssa J. And then finally, I'm going to be doing the Perfect Subscriber tag, which was created by Katie Marie. Most of these I wasn't tagged by anybody to do, and I just saw them and liked them. But for the Booktube Real Talk tag, I was tagged by Vendi from Caught Between Pages to do this. So without further ado, let's jump into the questions. First up is the Booktube Diversity tag. The way this one works is you name a booktuber that falls into one of these categories, and so it's like a shout outs tag, which I actually really like. So first prompt is a person of color. Cindy from Read with Cindy. I love Cindy's content so much. It's hilarious. She's really fun to watch. I always enjoy her videos, whether it's a travel vlog or a rant review or whatever she's doing. She always has really insightful things to say, and she's always really witty and snarky. I just love her a whole lot. But she is a person of color, a booktuber of color, and should all give her some love. Enjoys different genres or categories from you. This is kind of a tough one because I enjoy a lot of genres, even if I don't love them as in depth. But some booktubers that I can think of off the top of my head who enjoy different genres primarily that are different than what I enjoy primarily are Mercedes from Mercedes Bookish Musings. She primarily reads nonfiction literature, but she also dabbles in other things as well, but primarily she reads nonfiction, and also some like contemporary fiction. So we have different tastes from that, but she also reads a little bit of fantasy, but I absolutely love watching Mercedes' content. She always has really insightful things to say. She's such a lovely person, and you guys should definitely go check her out if you haven't already. Next is open about having a physical/invisible disability like chronic pain. So I am one of those people, but a better example would be Georgina from Georgina Reads. I think she might have changed her channel or just doesn't post as much anymore, but she is very open about having multiple physical disabilities like POTS, and I think she also has anxiety, and she's just very open about all of the disabilities that she has, and she's a very lovely, wonderful, sweet human. And if you guys haven't checked her out, I would highly recommend checking her out. Next is whose first language is not English. There are a couple of people I can think of, but one in particular is Hannah from P.S. I Love That Book. Hannah is, I think, from Germany originally, and she has a lot of really wonderful and insightful things to say. She talks a lot about underrated books, and she's a very critical reader, so I enjoy watching her content because we often have different thoughts and feelings on things, but then there is the occasion where we have similar thoughts, but she's a very lovely booktuber, and I'd highly recommend going to check her out. And next is 5, has a different personality to yours. So this is tough because the way I portray myself on screen is not necessarily what my personality is. You only see one facet of my personality, and I actually am a really energetic, outgoing, bubbly person. but I also have a reserved side, a very quiet side to me. So this one's really tricky for me to answer because I'm not sure how to exactly approach it. Next up is 6. Comes from a different country. And for this, I'm picking Sophie from Sophiesticated Books. She is an Argentinian booktuber, and she's a lovely, lovely person. A lot of you guys probably know her at this point, but I absolutely love Sophie and her content. She's just got a lot of really, really lovely and great things to talk about. Another person I'm going to talk about for this, though, is Britt from Basically Britt. I love her content. She comes from the Netherlands and she just does so many lovely things. She's so happy, so outgoing, so wonderful. And I would absolutely highly recommend checking out both of their channels. And next is 7, is openly LGBTQ+ or has a different gender identity than you. For this, I'm picking Rhiannon from Crescent Reads. Rhiannon is bisexual and also non-binary, so they have a different gender identity than me. I solely identify as female. I am also part of the LGBTQ+ community, and we have different sexual identities as well. I technically identify as pansexual, whereas Rhiannon identifies as bisexual. So similarities, but also not. Next is 8, is open about having a mental illness. G from Book Roast, but I'm also going to pick Rachael from Rachel Marie. Both of them are very, very open about having anxiety, depression, etc. on camera. And they talk about it very openly. They talk about their struggles. And I just love hearing what they have to say and getting their story and their insight. I just love having that extra connection with people that way. I love them both, and I'd highly recommend going to check them out. Next is 9, is 10 years older or younger than you. For this, I'm picking Linda from Linda's World of Books, but I'm also picking Lisa from Lisa's West Coast Reads. They're both older than I am. I don't know if they're 10 years older or what, but they're definitely older than me. And they're both just such lovely people. I love them and their channels and talking to them and interacting with them a whole lot. And I would definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't already. And finally, 10 is open about being neurodiverse, such as having dyslexia, ADD, and autism. And for this, I'm also picking 2 booktubers. First one being Emma from Emma Novella, and then also Tom from TJ Reads the Stars, who I love and adore, and he also is on the autistic spectrum, and I love them both. They both have great content, and if you haven't checked them out, I'd highly recommend it. Now, I just realized that a lot of the booktubers I picked were bigger booktubers, and that's just because they were the first people that popped in my head. It wasn't for any other reason besides that. I should probably redo this one or do another shout-outs video in some point in the near future highlighting smaller booktubers. But yeah, that's kind of interesting that that's how that happened. But I stand by what I said. All of them are great booktubers, and I would definitely recommend checking all of them out if you haven't already. I love all of their content. They all have such lovely things to say. And yeah, so that's the end of the Diversity Book Tag. Next up is the Booktube Real Talk tag. So first question. 1, what's something nobody told you about Booktube before you started your channel? Honestly, this is going to be weird, but I'm one of those people who, once they discovered Booktube, they thought about it for like a week and then they just jumped right in. So I didn't really talk to anyone before I joined Booktube. I didn't have any assumptions about it. I was just like, yes, this looks like fun. I'm going to go for it. And that's exactly what I did. But, so yeah, I got nothing for this question because I just didn't seek anything out or ask questions to anybody about it before I jumped in. So yeah. Number 2, what is your opinion on typical booktube videos like wrap-ups, TBRs, hauls, etc.? I don't really have an opinion exactly. I mean, they are the staples of the booktube community, and they are what makes booktube booktube. You know what I mean? Like, we do those kinds of videos because they're the kinds of videos you'd expect to see on a booktuber's channel. However, I will say there are some of those staple booktube videos that I don't watch as often. I only watch hauls occasionally. I watch TBRs depending on different things. They can be a hit or a miss for me. I will watch wrap-ups regularly because that's just where we get a lot of recommendations, and people do kind of do reviews in them. So out of the 3 of them, I prefer wrap-ups the most, because TBRs, the person hasn't read the book yet. It's just like, oh, I'm planning on reading these things. Here's maybe a brief synopsis about what they're about. I'm excited to read about them. Cheers. Same thing with hauls. Like, the booktuber hasn't read the book yet. They're just showing all the books that they did get and saying that they're excited to read about them. So, I mean, I don't love them, but I don't hate them either. I'm just kind of apathetic about them. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad booktuber because I'm saying that, but I like videos that are like more like tags and Top 5 Wednesdays and reading vlogs and things like that more than TBRs, wrap-ups, and hauls, if that makes sense. I don't know why, but that's just kind of the way I'm going. But I also like more original content, like recommendation videos, or if you like this, then you'll like this kind of thing, kind of. So it's really a hit and miss for me, or it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But generally, I do like them. 3, what is an assumption you had about Booktube before you joined? Was it proven to be correct or not? As I said above, I joined Booktube just kind of on a whim, just right away. I didn't really have any assumptions going in, or maybe the little that I did was like, oh, Booktubers, like, we'll all connect and be whatever, and there won't be really too much drama. And I mean, while I'm not part of a lot of the drama, because I either stay far away from it because I'm like, I'm not going to get involved, or I just don't see it, it really, I don't know. I just think I assumed that, you know, we'd all be in our own little worlds and we wouldn't interact as much. I don't know if that's really an assumption that I had, because as I said, I did just really jump in, so I didn't really have feelings or thoughts on anything. So, I don't know. 4, what is something you've done that has actually helped you grow your audience? Surprisingly enough, participating in readathons. When you participate in readathons or like community activities, and then you post about content on your channel, whether it's a TBR for the readathon or it's a vlog, people who have also participated in that thing look for that kind of content, and then through that content they are able to find you, and then they'll subscribe to you. So that's one thing that I've done that's kind of helped my growth. I'm still pretty small, but another thing that I have done that's helped my growth a lot, honestly, is participate in collaborations. Kate from Girl Reading does a lot of lovely collaboration videos periodically on her channel, and I participated in, I think, all except one, and every time I end up gaining a handful of subscribers, which is more than I can say about my regular uploading schedule. And just by doing those community kinds of things, it definitely can help grow you. But then also just posting content about Realm of the Elderlings, which is kind of what I've become known for on my channel, has also helped, because that when, you know, I think my spoiler-free series review is one of my top watched videos, if not the top watched video. I'm not sure. It's vying head and head with one of my reviews, which is frankly surprising because everyone talks about how reviews are their least watched videos. Well, for me, reviews are my most watched videos, and I don't know why. But yeah, my ROTE content is something that has definitely helped my channel grow as well. 5. What is a common mistake you see booktubers making or one that you made? I don't know. Probably for me, it took me a while to get settled into the community. I wasn't being actively participatory in comments or in readathons or anything when I first started out because a year after I started law school, I made a mistake by not really interacting with people as much. So I'd definitely say like interact with people in the comments, participate in readathons, get a social media page. Because for those of you who don't and you want to grow, you need that extra thing outside of just having a YouTube platform. Whether it's a Goodreads page, but that's not usually enough either. Usually a Twitter is going to be the way you go, or Instagram, but mostly Twitter. Twitter is where a lot of the action is. And I've had a Twitter for a long time, but I didn't have a purely bookish related Twitter. And so like by not doing that, I was having a hard time connecting with people. I was less active on Instagram just because I was so busy. So I'd say like if you choose to start BookTube, make it be a time where you're not drowning in schoolwork constantly, like do it over the summer or something. And then I'd say like be active outside of the YouTube platform because I didn't do that until later and I think I suffered a little bit because of it. Next up is 6. What are your thoughts on working with publishers and sponsorships? Go for it. I mean, I have no issue with it whatsoever. If it helps you make a little extra money on the side, absolutely go for it. I know that, a lot of people use this platform as, wanting to make money off of their content. I don't really care. I mostly do this as a hobby. So, I don't know if I'll ever get the opportunity, but if you get the opportunity, I say definitely go for it if it's something that you're interested in. Number 7, do you think BookTube is dying? No. Do I think BookTube is changing? Yes. Do I think are issues within the BookTube community that I think need addressing? Yes. And I did a whole video on this topic, and I'll link that up above for you guys if you want to go watch it. But essentially, no, it's not dying. It's growing, it's changing, and it definitely has issues that need addressing due to that growing and changing. And finally, 8 is tag your friends. I tag whoever wants to do it because I'm late to doing this and most people that I would tag have already done it. So, cheers. And now finally, we're gonna do the perfect subscriber tag. So 1, do you subscribe right away when you find a new channel or video or try a few videos first? Depends on the channel. It really, really depends on the channel. Sometimes I subscribe right away, sometimes I don't. 2, does the make sure you subscribe mantra ever sway you to subscribe? No, it's just something that we all say at the end is just kind of like a rote thing, but it doesn't affect me either way. 3, how many channels do you have the notification bell turned on for? I don't remember. It's got to be around 10. There are definitely more than most people, I think, because just there are so many people I want to know they post. So yeah, probably around 10, but I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. 4, do you watch every video from your subscriber feed or just your favorites? Just my favorites are the ones that sound interesting. That sounds like terrible, but I do not have the time to watch every single video. I might not be interested in every single video, so I'm just kind of all over the board on that one. 5, how many channels do you never miss an upload for no matter how busy you are? That's only about a handful. I'd probably say like 3 or 4 max, maybe 2 to 4 channels, I'd say. 6, what kind of commentary are you? Paragraphs upon paragraphs. I literally live comment my journey with your video. Like, that is the kind of commenter I am. And I do it on most videos, but I am also selective at the same time, if that makes sense. 7, do you skip ads or watch? Skip ads. I can't stand ads, especially if they're in the middle of a video. It irritates me to no end. 8, do you speed up videos? No. I cannot concentrate or focus if a video is on anything besides normal speed. It is a lot. 9, do you click affiliate links or use affiliate codes? No, not normally. 10, what's your preference when it comes to video length, your sweet spot? Don't really have one. I usually liked longer videos though, rather than shorter ones. Shorter ones just don't allow me to spend as much time with the people that I want to spend time with, if that makes sense. 11, do you thumb up most videos? Yes. 12, do you ever thumbs down a video? I have once or twice, but it's very, very rare. And then finally, 13, do you share other YouTubers' videos on social media? Yes, on occasion, I definitely do that. So those are all of the tags. I'm not going to really tag anybody because these are pretty old tags and tags that have been around a lot. But other than that, you guys know the drill. I have both my social media links down below, and I also have my Ships and Fandoms page down below if you guys are interested. And I'll catch you later in another video for you guys again soon. Bye!